What is going on, guys? So today I'm going to be talking to you about the best air-to-air missile in the game, at least the most fun for me currently because of the platform it's on and where it sits in the tree. That's none other than the Mistral. It's on the Gazelle, which is the top tier French helicopter. These missiles are also on the tier lower helicopter. The only difference between this choppers, maybe there's a little bit of speed difference, the engines might be different, but the pylons, one has a fixed 20, the lower tier one has a fixed 20, so you can only have 2 of these missiles or 2 HOTs. You don't get to have Mistrals and HOTs. Now the setup I'm running is the top tier Gazelle. I have 2 HOTs and 2 Mistrals, so I have 2 AAMs and 2 missiles, which are really good for killing tanks and stuff. So it's a really fun loadout, and I'm going to tell you why I really like this helicopter. I mean, I've been having more fun with this thing than any other helicopter in the game, and I have a decent amount of them. I think the only thing I've never flown on the live server, I guess, would be the H1Z. But I don't think that thing will be any more fun than this. I like small, speedy helicopters, kind of like Scout-esque choppers that can flank the battlefield and really do damage without showing too much for like a Tunguska or whatever. And the thing is, you know, you can take your Hideout, which has a ton of missiles and whatnot, but it's such a big target and it's hard to maneuver in between tree lines and stuff. It's really easy to see on radar. It's a sitting duck. Now, the American choppers are a little bit better than that at hiding their silhouette and whatnot. Like the H1Z is a very thin, tiny, maneuverable helicopter. I mean, I wouldn't say tiny. It's a long boy, but it's thin and it's really powerful for what it is. So it has a really good engine. It can get up to speed. This thing is just balls to the wall. It's like the bow. I really like the bow, but the bow doesn't get an air-to-air missile that is quite like the Mistral. This thing is absolutely devastating. I'm going to show you why in this video. This is a pretty good clip. So we end up killing 1 tank here, and I'm trying something new without showing the HUD. I do show the HUD when I get a cap point, but basically I'll tell you what's going on right now. I shoot a Hot 2 at the back of this Type 90. I flanked completely around behind the enemy spawn, so I'm just tracking them through the tree line. This is actually a really lucky shot. I hit him there, right in the back of the turret, and got a 1-shot. So I already made up for my helicopter. If I was going to die, I was just going to spawn in the Leclerc, but we kept playing. This was actually a game I had on stream. I went back and watched the replay because I don't want to show you guys 720p footage anymore. I know it's kind of annoying, but you guys gave me 1,000 likes when I asked for it, and then we're getting pretty close to 1,500 on the last video. It seems like you guys want more edited, high-quality content. I'm here to offer it, so click that subscribe button, dog. Alright, I feel like I did that whole intro in one breath. So here we're going to scoom around, hide behind the spawn hill, I guess. This was the hill that you could drive across to over the water back a couple patches ago. I don't know actually if you can still do this. I've seen some obviously amphibious vehicles can do it, but I didn't see anybody, and they can't actually get on top of that hill to shoot at me anyway, so it's fine. And then I go into hover mode here, and I'm just going to sit behind the hill. And this is the essence of why I like this chopper. It is very stealthy. It's like the sniper of the chopper world, whereas something like the Mi-35 is like a brute. I mean, I guess it can't be played like a brute, but that's a long range, like heavy hitting. You have a lot of ATGMs. You have room to spare. This thing, you have to get close to the battlefield. You got to sneak in, and you can't let anybody know you're doing it. And that's what you see here, but I get distracted by a plane, and here's where the Mistrals really come in handy. They're all aspect missiles, and they can lock from the rear from 5.5k, so I actually turned off and went back to the game, but this is what happens when I sent the missile towards this guy. I figured I'd just get the camera angle of the missile actually tracking, because it's crazy. It turns so well, and once it gets up to this Saber, I mean, it turns right into the Saber, catches him completely out of his stream. And we're going to switch back to where I am. I noticed there's an AH-1G coming in immediately. So that plane just died, but I'm already back onto this. So I launched one at this chopper, and I mean, sayonara. He's got no chance. Not low to the ground, nothing at all. So then we're just going to get out of the AO. We got we have 1 missile left, ATGM, just in case we need to do anything with it. But I think 2 planes, or a plane in H1G and a Type 90 is a good victory for the Gazelle from a first spawn. So we're just gonna run across the water and get out of there. And this is, you know, the mobility of these light choppers. It's kind of hard to explain if you haven't played any of them, but they handle so much better than the bigger-esque choppers, the bigger ones with the heavier loads. And while those choppers do have a lot of damage, if you like sneaking in and out, the light chopper is so fun. And I think this does it the best out of anyone in the game. I think the bow is really, really good too. The mobility on it is fantastic. And now that you can have the HVARs with a gun, it's kind of better. You know, you get flares and whatnot. This thing doesn't get flares, but this chopper, with the mobility it has and the potential with these 2 missiles, I think it's better. If the bow gets an alternative with AAMs, might be a better chopper in the future. We'll have to see. You see, I was thinking about hitting this guy with an ATGM, but he just took himself out. The F3D was done with life. He saw his friends go down to the Mistrals. He didn't want to fall victim either. So we're just going to head on back to base. And this is what I basically did all day on the stream. I ran and did sneaky missions with the chopper. I was successful about 50% of the time, I would say, doing this tactic. Some people might look at this as, you know, a very annoying tactic to play because they hate choppers, but this is how choppers are supposed to be played in my eyes. I think this is just a good example of what you should do. I don't really like the choppers that spawn right off the start with a ton. I think this thing feels way more fair. I mean, potentially I can kill 4 things, right? 2 of them have to be aircraft, 2 of them would have to be tanks, and I mean, a one shot with an ATGM, these days it's not 100% guaranteed. So as far as a chopper feeling fair, I think as a tanker I would say that this chopper feels the fairest. It's way different than 16 or what is that, 16 Hellfires from an H1Z, or 16 of the Shturms, or whatever you want to call Storms, whatever you want to call the ATGMs for the Russians there. But I launched another missile at a plane that's super high up, but this one didn't actually track. He was really far away. I don't even know why I really pulled it. It's probably about 5.5 at the maybe 5K out, and I mean, it doesn't really make sense to do that. As you see there, I had a picture of me. I was recording this and I clicked the button. I was eating pizza while I was recording this, and I clicked the button that got me recording eating pizza shirtless. So I have to edit that out. I gotta remember to do that. We were shooting at some Abrams down there, and the way the match was going, I don't know why, but I got pretty ballsy. I just kind of flew right over the map, and I saw that we were losing, right, cap-wise, but we needed C, so I decided to take C. And I wasn't going to sit here for the long haul. That's how you get yourself killed. But this helicopter is quick enough to just pop in. So I pop a quick squat here on C. Come on. Oh, a little bounce. There we go. And as soon as I see it decapping, we're going to raise that collective and just take back off. Figured it'll help balance the scores out, so at least we're not bleeding tickets while we do this. And that Abrams, I actually disabled him that was over there and ran away. So we come back, see what's going on with the rest of the match. It looks like there's a guy on A, but he's hiding. Can't really see him. He's inside the smoke. So I'm going to think about shooting him. Just taking a look at him. Nope. There he is. Launch the missile. Duff it. Completely miss it. But there's a prop for me. And this one's just beautiful. So we're just going to sit here and watch this in slow motion, just so you can really grasp how good these all-aspect missiles are. I just absolutely love them. I'm not saying the R60Ms or the AIM-9Es that are on the H1Z aren't competitive, but something about these things just feels way better than anything I've used in the game. And I don't really know why. Oh, but it's sweet. And it's so sweet when it works all in your favor. All one frame. You can see that guy falling to the ground. So if you didn't have the ability or feeling that you wanted to grind French helicopters, or maybe I changed your mind, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about the Gazelle. Do you like this helicopter? What choppers would you personally like to see come to War Thunder? In my opinion, I was talking about it on stream today, I'd like to see the Little Bird and the Kiwi. I think those 2 helicopters would be fantastic to have in the game. There you go. We got a fantastic for the haters. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching so kindly, and until next time.